Guys, welcome back again to another YouTube video. My name is Ike. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be having a conversation around some questions that I personally believe that men should not ask women. Okay? So some guys go about asking some ridiculous questions to women which actually project or make you look excessively or extremely insecure. And I can't say that I understand the essence of some of those questions, but it's coming from a deep rooted place of insecurity. And the funny thing that a lot of men do not know is that the subconscious nature of a woman is good at telling insecurities in a man based off of the way you speak, the kind of questions you ask, the way you project yourself to a woman. She can easily detect insecurity in you, in a man. And by asking some of these questions we'll be mentioning in this video, you are literally making the situation worse for yourself. You are putting yourself, projecting yourself not in a good way, not as a confident, strong man, but you are sending the wrong messages to her. You are sending a wrong signal to her. Her consciousness might not even know, but she would act on it subconsciously. That's the nature of a woman. So guys, desist from asking any of these 7 questions we'll be talking about in this video. Let's jump right into it. The number one question that no man should ever ask a woman is, what are we? My consideration here is you as a man. If a woman decides to ask you that question, that's okay. That's even to your own benefit even. But as a man, I would advise you to desist from such a question. What you are asking is something that you should be in charge of in the first place. That's something you should be the one leading and directing. You should know what you are with this girl. If you don't know, then you are absolutely in the wrong relationship. If you don't know, if you don't understand the dynamics of what you guys have, then that is all your fault. You're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to direct the course of the relationship. You are supposed to dictate the dynamics of the relationship. So even from the onset, you are supposed to be the one to ask her out or confirm the fact that she's with you and you guys are in a serious relationship or whatever that's like. But if you have to ask a question like that, it means you lost control of that relationship or never ever had control of it, or that she's the one who is pioneering and dictating the dynamics or the course of your relationship, setting the pace, the standard for it from the start. You are asking a girl, what are we? For real? Like, at what point do you ever feel a need to say something like that to her? What are we is an indication of your own deep-rooted insecurities to a large extent. You want to desist from a question like this. I don't believe that any girl hearing a question like this from their man, except the girls who have a little bit of narcissistic tendencies, is going to inflate their ego a bit. It's going to make them feel, but a good, mature, feminine woman would not understand your question. She'll be thrown off by it. What are we? You don't want to be asking a question like this. You should know what you are with this girl. You should know what you guys are doing. That's a very ridiculous question for any man to ask. The second question that I believe no man must ever ask a girl is, are you attracted to me? Are you attracted to me is a question of low self-esteem and is a question of you not even knowing your own level of attractiveness or if this girl is interested in you. A girl who is interested in you is not going to be able to hold on to it for too long. As a man, you should be able to read women. You should be able to read the message that she's passing to you consciously, subconsciously, through her body language and all other means, even with her eyes. Women can communicate with their eyes. I'm telling you, if a girl is into you or attracted to you, even if it's just the second date or the first date, the way she's going to look at you or stare at you or check you out, you would know that this girl is liking you, is feeling you. My friend, if you have to ask a question like this, is already an indication that this girl may just not be into you. She doesn't like you that much. Because if you're caught in a space where you're wondering, is she attracted to me? That's not a good place to operate from, especially for you as a man, to the point that you feel the need to ask her, are you attracted to me? What part of you is questioning your own attractiveness, or rather, making it worse? What part of you is questioning her level of interest in you? If you're questioning a woman's level of interest in you, it's an indication that something is not right. It's obvious that that girl may just not be into you. You've put yourself in a position where she's thinking to herself, oh, oh, let me even think again. Am I even into him? Instead of you building your own self-esteem, being more confident, women do not necessarily fall for how physical that you look, even though that's a bonus, but they also fall for your masculinity. They fall for your confidence. They fall for your stability. They fall for that, that aura, that swag around you, that personality that you have, your personality. That's what they fall for. They fall for that. They're interested in that. That's what keeps them as well. And a man who is questioning his own level of attractiveness, or even worse, her interest in him, is already sending signals of a man who doesn't have confidence in himself, or who doesn't know how good looking or not good looking he is, who just doesn't know himself that much. You don't want to ask a girl ever, are you attracted to me? Ever. You don't want to ever find yourself mentioning such words, asking her such questions. You are ruining your chances. You are lowering your self-esteem, and you are lowering her level of interest in you. Just to follow up on that question, the next question you must never ask a girl is, are you in love with me? When someone is in love with you, it's going to be hard for that person to hold back, just like attraction too. If as a man, if you're in love with a woman, it's not going to be that easy for you to hold back. You would always want to express your love to a woman that you're interested in. That's just natural. You want to take care of her. You want to, protect her. That's a man's instinct. The same thing for a woman. If a woman is in love with you, she's going to want to nurture you. She's going to want to take care of you. She's going to want to provide you peace and calm and love and nurturing around you. If you ever have to ask a girl, are you in love with me? Now you are telling her that you may just not be worth loving. That's not a question that is right under any circumstance at all. She's in love with you, she's going to say it. You want to date a girl who is bold enough, strong enough to say it and not put you in a spot where you do not know, to the point that you have to ask. And if that girl has established the fact that she loves you and you still have to ask, then you are just projecting your own excessive insecurities towards that woman. And that's not what you want as a man. This is not how you want to project yourself as a man for any reason. Are you in love with me? It's not a question that should ever come out of your mouth to your partner, to a girl you're trying to get to know, to somebody you are dating, courting, whatever it is, however long you guys have known each other. Are you in love with me? No way. Do not ever ask a question like that. If you're in love with her, you say it. You tell her, hey, I love you. I'm in love with you. I would like to proceed with you. I would like to have a relationship with you. I would like to explore a future with you. You tell her that. And you ask her, what do you think? Or how are you feeling so far? Whatever that's like. You leave it a little more open. Precisely asking her back, I love you. Do you love me? I'm in love with you. Are you in love with me? Do not ever ask questions like this. It sounds manipulative. It sounds like you're trying to get her to respond in a certain way back to you because you've said you love her. Now you want her to respond back and be. Women know how to be courteous. Yes, they know how to be polite much more than men. They know how to respond to you in a way that they know exactly what you want to hear. So they will say it anyways. But even if they are feeling it 10%, Do you want a girl to respond back to you for something so substantial, so heavy like that, with just 10% of her feeling? No. You want her to respond to you with nearly 100%, if not 100%, that she's absolutely lost in you and in the thought of you. That's what you prefer. And not to be asking her, are you in love with me? This is not a question that should ever come out of the mouth of any man. This is one question that I want you to desist from ever asking any girl. When are we ever going to meet? Bro, you've been talking to this girl for so long, for weeks, months, some people, and she hasn't said anything about meeting. That's fine. She's trying to be a woman. But you've said something before about meeting. And she said, oh, I can't really make it right now. I have a lot going on. I have exam, I have work, I have this, I have that, I have to take care of my family, all that stuff. Fine. But she never plans something or never suggests another day. And you come again and you suggest another time. And she said, oh, that wouldn't really work for me, blah, 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 all that stuff. And next time you suggest another time again. And she never really responds, agrees with you on that time, but she ends up never also, fixing any other time or any other date. Or even if she does, she flakes, she cancels. Now, you're getting hot or you're feeling some way. And at some point, you are asking her, are we ever going to meet? My brother, do not ever ask any girl, are we ever going to meet? If a girl wants to see you, she will see you. If a girl wants to meet with you, she will meet with you. This is one thing that a lot of men do not understand, is that you think you have to push a woman to do some things. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to compel her into doing some things with you or for you. No. If a woman is feeling you from the start, she's going to be expressive about it. To an extent, you would know. There's going to be an aura to it. She may not necessarily be speaking all the time. If she wants to meet with you, she will meet with you. She will meet with you. Nobody's that busy the whole day that they can't even meet with you, maybe in the evening or at night or whatever that's like, for months or weeks that you guys have been talking. That's ridiculous. You should know this as a man. You should know better. You should know better and not keep waiting, keep texting with her, keep hoping that she's going to want to, meet with you someday. No, she wouldn't, because she's not feeling it. She's not feeling it. She's not into you as much as you think. Are we ever going to meet? No. No. She might say someday she doesn't want to meet. Yeah, probably. She doesn't want to meet. Hopefully, she doesn't want to meet. How about next week? Next week when? What time? Like, next week is pretty broad. She doesn't want to meet. And you should know this. You should know this by now. I'm not saying, jump into conclusions. Sometimes it's okay to get clarity, because women do not know how to give clarity. Yes, especially when you're trying to get to know them at first. Only very few of them would give you clarity from the start. They do not want to hurt your feelings. They do not want to reject you. They do not want to make you feel some way. So they wouldn't necessarily come out with how they are feeling or what they want from the start. Are we ever going to meet? Absolutely. By the time you're asking this question, you are probably already frustrated with the fact that she doesn't want to meet, or she hasn't met with you and you guys have been talking for a minute. You guys have known each other for a while and she doesn't want to meet. It's obvious that, nothing is going to happen here. Another question you must never ask a woman: how much money do you make? Desist from ever wanting to know the income of any girl. Yes, until you guys are married, settled down, whatever it is, in a deep-rooted relationship, progressively trying to, live together, settle down, like we said, you don't have any business asking a woman how much she makes. That is a question that sends different messages to this woman. Different messages. It's okay to ask her, like, what she does for a living. Like, that's fine. You can ask a woman what she does for a living. It's not a problem. And with what she does for a living, you as a man should actually be very exposed and knowledgeable that you can probably estimate what her income is in your mind. You don't have to say it out. You don't have to say it out, but you could probably tell how much she makes. And you keep it to yourself. Asking her precisely how much she makes or what her income is a ridiculous question that is telling her that two things. Are you coming into my life to, for me to support you? Are you looking for a sugar mommy? Are you looking for somebody that, maybe you're not working and you're looking for a partner who is also making money and all that stuff? You don't want to send that kind of signal to any girl. As much as I believe women should absolutely contribute in a home and still take care of their man, soft guy era, drizzle. I don't want to talk about this right now. Not yet. But as much as I believe that, I also believe that that's not a question to start with when you're getting to know a woman. How much you make is not necessary. You are also projecting a little bit of insecurity there where you are weighing what she makes versus what you make. And you are wondering if she makes more than you, if she's going to respect you or love you as much. Or you're also thinking to yourself, how am I going to be feeling with myself with a woman who makes much more than me? This is not a place you want to dwell on. That's not a good way to start to get to know someone. So you must desist from a question like this because it's going to put a little bit of bias in your mind. And what a woman makes does not define her, as much as I know that a lot of women who make more money tend to have a little bit of inflated sense of pride and ego, but not all. And you must give it a fair chance by not asking how much do you make. On a follow-up with that question is, can I borrow some money? Borrowing money from your partner, your wife, or your girlfriend that you've known for years, that you guys share finances or whatever that's like, that's not a problem. I don't see that as a problem at all. But asking a girl, can I borrow some money? Like somebody that's relatively new in your life, that's not solidified, it's a pretty damn wrong question. It's a red flag for any man from the start. Absolute red flag. Why would you want to borrow money from her? You should have guys that you relate with, that that you can absolutely ask, borrow money from, or ask them to lend you some money and you can always pay them back. Borrowing money from a woman is a wrong choice, is a wrong decision, is a wrong move, is a deadly move. If you're not able to pay back, you are going to be in so much trouble. I'm telling you, women, as much as they say that men are serious with money, women do not joke with their money. They don't joke with money. They don't joke with money though. You borrow money from a woman and you're not able to pay back, probably half of the world will hear about it in a few weeks and the rest of the world will probably know about it. That she borrowed you so amount of money and you never paid back. This is not a space you ever want to be in, my brother. She's going to come after you. She's going to come after you. And even if you end up paying back, that still lowers your value in her mind because it's somebody you're still getting to know, right? Even if she's lenient and chilled and gives you the money. But what kind of dynamics are you setting in the start of that relationship? What sort of dynamics are you trying to establish by asking her to lend you some money? You are establishing wrong dynamics, terrible dynamics that will never favor you for any reason because a woman does not want to see you that way. She doesn't want to see you that way. I'm not saying when you are suffering, you have to suffer in silence. You really need money and all that. That's why you go to your fellow guys. That's why you look for guys that you can absolutely ask for money and not from a woman. Guys, this is all I have for you. My name is Ike. If you're new, welcome to the channel. We took a break for a few weeks, I believe. And that was due to a lot of events that have been happening with life. But we're back. We're trying to, keep bringing this content to you in a way that is very informative and life-changing for men. And I hope you subscribe, I hope you stay, and I hope you watch more of our videos. If you like the video, go ahead, like it, share, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.